Hello, Peanut here. Just recently, Nexon had released a 2023 first quarter roadmap post. In said post, we're apparently getting a cube revamp in February. Just as an overview, all of the cubes that we have right now are essentially getting renamed and I assume a new appearance as well. For the most part, all of the cube's current functionalities will be retained, except that a majority of the cubes, such as the Master and the Meister cubes, will be getting an additional effect. This new effect is essentially all the cubes will have a chance to double rank up if the potential of the gear is actually at rare. As for the changes to the red and black cubes, which have been renamed to assumingly glowing and bright cubes respectively in terms of the names, they will also retain their current effects as well as get the double rank up chance, but they do not appear, per the verbiage of their post, they will not be needing to be at rare to begin with. As for the regular servers, the bonus cubes, they also get the same name transitions as well as having the same effects along with the new effects that they have. Along with the cube changes, the cube fragment system is also getting a rework. The new cubes will be getting a new cube fragments when used, and these fragments can be exchanged for a variety of items as you can see on the screen. With all of this being said, now for some of my personal thoughts. The first of which is, this on a surface level may appear good, but I am almost certain, as well as what other people are assuming, is that this is Nexon's possible attempt at trying to align us with KMS's cube uprates without actually telling us. What I mean by that is, essentially, it is assumed and or believed that GMS has a higher tier uprate with our cubes than with KMS. What further makes me believe that this is actually true is if we look at the other cubes that are getting a rework, is that they all have a chance to have a double tier uprate. With this inclusion of a double tier uprate for both the Master, Meister, Red, and Black cube reworks, is essentially, there is no reason for it to be there to begin with. KMS doesn't have it, nor have they gotten a rework such as this. This would actually essentially prove that GMS did indeed have a higher tier uprate than KMS, and this inclusion of the double tier up for all the cubes is essentially what Nexon did during the flame compensation, is that they brought back Wonderoid in order to just make sure everyone shuts up. And I'm meaning that in the fact that they don't want us to complain, because if they're just gonna take something away, they're gonna include something so everyone doesn't complain, which people are gonna complain, it's GMS, they're gonna find a reason to complain. And ultimately speaking, I can't blame them, because this actually will negatively impact any new players and or still developing accounts when compared to everyone else who already has a pre-established account and or in the late to end game phases. Because even with the double tier ups that we're getting with this change, the lower base tier up is still going to have a negative impact. This will essentially make it harder for new players and or people who are still working on their accounts to get to legendary potential on their gear. But at the same time, according to their verbiage, it doesn't look like Nexon intends to actually make it lower or higher for the double tier ups. It looks like it's just going to be a flat base double tier up like they have for regular DMT events. I don't know how to do the math for this because in GMS we actually don't have the transparency that KMS has with their tier up rates and or cube rates in general. So in the end, this actually might be a partial like win-win or no change at all ultimately. Until Nexon actually releases any of our tier up rates, cube rates in general for GMS, we can actually just assume the worst for the time being. So don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on Nexon entirely just yet until I see numbers, if we ever see numbers.